Hey there, everyone. My name is Dr. Sarah Andreas, and today I want to talk to you about the symptoms of invisible roots. As many of you know, I published my book, Invisible Roots, on October 9th. I'm so excited about it. But my friend Cassie, and I think most of you probably know Cassie or are aware of her, asked me a great question. And I think one of the things when we're trying to grow and develop, surrounding ourselves with people who ask us great questions is important. And her question was, what are the symptoms of invisible roots? So I'm going to try and answer that for you. For me personally, my symptoms of invisible roots was when I was younger. I really struggled with not being sure of myself, not feeling good enough. And you could physically see that in how I walked and how I held myself. I always was slouchy and would walk with my face and my eyes looking down. And just in the way I interacted in my demeanor. Then as I started to take coaching classes and try to become a better coach and a better leadership development professional, I started to figure out these little invisible roots that I had. So my invisible root that I've struggled with so often is that I'm not good enough. And I had to work through how to stop telling myself that when I wasn't consciously telling myself that. You would have never heard the words, "I'm not good enough," come out of my mouth. I never said those words. But I said things that were very similar. And I'm just in training. Whatever that I'm just that follows that. Those kind of statements coming from ourselves, the person who should be the most supportive of us should be ourselves. And a lot of times we say things to ourselves that we would never in a million years say to another human being because they're mean, they're hurtful, and most of the time we're not even aware that we're doing it. And for me, that was really scary as I started to learn more about leadership development and more about really living the kind of life that I wanted to live. The idea that if I didn't become my biggest fan and really correct the things that I was telling myself, that years from now, I could look back and see how I've self-sabotaged the whole way through my life because of I'm not good enough. Which comes from a deeper underlying invisible root of how I grew up in a church that didn't believe women should lead. The symptoms that I think you can look for in yourself and in others are not good enough, not smart enough, I'm not, or another sentence that I listen for now is I'm just. Anytime I hear someone say I'm just, I think, oh my, they're probably struggling with an invisible root. Something that they told themselves a long time ago, which might have been true a long time ago, and they've done their penance to get over that and to be better, but they're still holding on to it. And as soon as you recognize it, you have to take action. For me, it really started with a mantra, and I had the mantra on a sticky note in my car, on my mirror in my house, and I would just tell myself that all day long. And this is what I said: I am good enough. I've paid my dues. I'm a professional. I know what I'm talking about. I am good enough. And the reason that I had to say that all the time was because I could not catch when I was self-sabotaging. I could not catch when I was telling myself mean things about myself. And I was trying to reprogram the way I thought about myself by repeating that over and over and over again. And eventually what happened was I had said that mantra so long that I was able to tell when I was talking crap to myself. And I would stop and I would say, you know what? That might have been true a long time ago, but that's no longer the truth. The truth is, I am a professional. I know what I'm talking about. I've paid my dues. I am good enough. And eventually, I didn't have to tell myself that all the time. because it sunk in and it reprogrammed that not good enough into I am good enough. And I think for each of us, if you can take the time to figure out what are you saying, what are you doing that's holding you back, and you can identify it and start the corrective process, it can make a huge difference in your life. And I really hope that you decide to figure out, hey, what do I want? And then just remind yourself of that over and over and over again. I want to be confident. I'm a confident woman. I know what I'm talking about. I've spent time. I practiced. I'm a professional. Whatever it is that you need to correct about what you're saying about yourself, start today. Make a mantra. Start repeating it to yourself over and over and over again. I don't care if you do it in the car 10 times from here to your place that you work. The important thing is that you start reprogramming the way you think about yourself. Because the way you think about yourself influences how other people see you. It influences how other people interact with you. Your way that you see yourself also influences the people in your tribe. So if you want to raise successful kids, if you want to have successful employees, if you want to have a successful family, or whatever it is that you dream about, you have to start with yourself. You have to believe that you're good enough, that you've paid your dues, and that you've done the right things in order to deserve whatever it is that you want to achieve. It can make a huge difference. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later.